Good morning and welcome to yet another version of Monday Morning Motivation. My name is Dan. Hope you had a great weekend, and I've got a good one for you today. The business world that we all are a part of today can be very challenging in one regard, and that's having too much to do. And I want to reference that and call it today task saturation. And I want to warn you against succumbing to task saturation. And what that essentially is that I have too much coming in to process on the way out. And as a result of that, I absorb, I experience, but I don't have much time to really grow from it. So I want to talk a little bit about how to avoid task saturation or to push back on it if you currently have that. Many of the individuals that I have the partner of coaching working with in today's world at our company are in probably too many meetings. And what I mean by too many meetings is if you're running from one meeting to another meeting, to another meeting, to another meeting, you're in too many meetings. So we're going to talk a little bit about that today. I want to give you just a couple thoughts about how to run a day, how to operate yourself throughout the day. And number one, obviously, deals with preparation. When we think about the day that we're going to have and the exchanges that we're going to be a part of and the people that we're going to talk to, it's really important to spend a little bit of time thinking about how do I want to have this conversation go with this person. And to do that, it takes a little bit of time and a little bit of preparation. So again, the task saturation concept is that we don't want to allow too many tasks going on all day long because we'll never have time to show up in the way that we really need to show up. So the first one that I mentioned was preparation. And then the second one is execution. In those conversations, meetings, emails that you want to send out, we want to make sure that we're performing at our absolute best. And to do that, we don't want to be saturated with things to do. We want to have a healthy flow. And again, I want to recommend that we all kind of fight for that. Third one, reflection. After a meeting, after a conversation, after a one-on-one, whatever it might be, it's really important to take a few minutes to reflect on that conversation. Maybe take a few notes on what you learned from the exchange. Maybe some new information that was shared. Maybe a new revelation that was brought to the table. But that reflective time after a conversation can be so valuable and provide you not only with internal understanding, but oftentimes then a next step just kind of shows up because you took the time to think about that conversation, what that person said, and maybe what they didn't say. Maybe the look on their face, maybe the response they gave you. But again, it's really important that we be able to set time aside to reflect. So my encouragement to you, if at all possible, is don't schedule meetings back to back. If you can avoid it, don't do it, to give yourself some of that quiet time to reflect on what took place. Repair would be number 4. Repair means, okay, based on what I learned, what do we need to do to fix it? Or what are our options? What can we do? And that might require you to take some notes, send an email, have a chat with someone, schedule a meeting. And again, we need time to process and think about that, because if we just go to the next meeting, now things are just starting to pile up and they're collecting in our heads, and our heads are not good filing cabinets. So again, prepare, execute, reflect, repair are 4 things that I recommend that we focus on. And to do those well, we cannot be saturated with one task after another after another. So a couple of pieces of feedback for you. Number 1, take a look at your meeting schedule and ask yourself, what can I get out of? What meetings do I not really need to be in? And I would politely go to whoever runs the meeting and politely let them know that you've got some other more urgent tasks that need your time and energy, and you would be asking for them to let you out of the meeting. Somebody might say, well, Dan, that's probably not very kind. Well, it can be done in the right way. And again, as you look at the contribution that you want to make, task saturation gets in the way of so many people reaching their potential. It's kind of the equivalent of doing figure eights. You're making a lot of movement, but not making a whole lot of progress. One thing I wanted to give you to try out this week is 4 questions to ask yourself at the end of the day. And this will be a good way of you keeping yourself honest and not being too caught up in too many tasks. So question number one that I answer at the end of the day at 6 o'clock in the evening, number one is, what did I learn today? That might be what I learned about myself, what I learned about this person, what I learned about a situation, a circumstance. But each and every day at 6 o'clock, I answer the question, what did I learn? And there's usually about 3, 4, 5 things. That's number one. Number two, what did I improve? Did I do anything today that made anything better? Because as a leader, I better have done something to make something better. So what did I improve today? Did I improve something about myself? Did I improve someone's view of what's possible? Did I improve the process that we're working on together? What did I improve? Which is also a message to me that I need to be about that. But if I'm too task saturated, I'll never improve anything because I'm just so caught up in all the craziness that my mind just isn't right. Number three, what did I enjoy today? What did I get to experience today that was joyful, that was valuable, that was unique? Was it encouraging someone? Was it them laughing? Was it an experience that I had? Whatever that might be, what did I enjoy today? And then lastly, don't miss this one, because if you're task saturated, you will. Question number 4, what kind act did I do today? If I'm caught up with task after task after task, the last thing I'm going to think about is kindness. I'm just thinking about how can I get through all this? So again, I want to create a schedule such that I have time to be me. And what I ask myself at the end of the day is, what kind act did I do today? Which is a reminder to me that I better do one. So 4 quick questions again at the end of the day. What did I learn? What did I improve? What did I enjoy today? And what kind act did I do? I want to ask you to consider answering these 4 questions this week at the end of each day. And I think there'll be good guidelines for you to measure the amount of task saturation that you're experiencing. And what I would encourage you to do is to take a look at your routine and see what you can adapt, adjust, change, so that you have space, so that you have margin to reflect and respond and repair, as we talked about. So I hope this is helpful. I would love to hear from any of you that give it a shot to see how it went. But again, I would fight politely, professionally, I would fight task saturation and not give into it. I want to wish all of you a great week. Thanks for the opportunity to drop by. We have a special guest for you in the July 3rd version, and that's all I've got to say about it. Have a great day.